Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, back for a new Assassin's Creed Valhalla video, and today we're checking out the brand new Ostara Festival, a free event introduced into the game that will be our last bit of new content before the Wrath of the Druids DLC. Now just a fair warning, we're talking about the actual content here, and I'm going to try and keep my opinions out of this video because I plan on talking about that separately. I realize some people just want news and information, and others want to hear my opinion about things, so I'll try and keep those independent of one another for the sake of this video. The Ostara Festival launched on March 18th and runs for about 20 days, which will bring us into the first weeks of April. In case you missed our other video, Wrath of the Druids does have an official release date of April 29th, and the Ostara Festival won't take us all the way there, but it will get us closer to that inevitable launch day. And a shameless plug here, we will be covering that DLC top to bottom, new items and everything. So if you love Assassin's Creed content and you are looking for a new channel to follow and support, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. Now back to the festival. In all honesty, the Ostara free content isn't a huge deviation from what we experienced at the Yule Festival, and I don't think that's going to surprise many people here. The one thing that was different, at least for me, was the lack of bugs, and I know that there are some wild discrepancies whether you're on a PC or on a platform, but in my experience, I really didn't run across too many bugs, and I know that's very different than some players that were experiencing constant crashes, but for me, things were okay. I also want to point out that the Drunk Eivor bug, which was a huge issue during the Yule Festival, didn't re-emerge for Ostara, at least not in my game, and that's a pretty big deal considering how frustrating that issue was for players last time around. As always, if you guys are experiencing any issues, let us know in the comment section below. Ostara didn't actually feature any new minigames. The Brawl Ring made a return, but with a small change. You can now wager your winnings and advance to the next round for a bigger pot, but if you lose everything. This change makes it a bit easier to collect festival tokens from this event, and I rather enjoyed that because I thought the fighting ring was a little plotty, a little grindy last time around. The drinking game was also back, and I did experience a few visual bugs during this event, but it didn't impact gameplay, so it's really not worth talking about. Finally, the archery contest was reintroduced, and like the drinking contest, nothing really changed here. I didn't experience any bugs with the archery contest this time around, which is definitely a step up from last time, but that's not saying that much. Now, it wasn't all copy-paste, and there was some new activities in the form of quests. The first one I did was a simple quest that required me to change out some decorations around Ravensthorpe. Okay, easy enough, and a very quick way to get a nice chunk of festival tokens. Another one was the quest teased before the event even started, an egg hunt, which takes you around Ravensthorpe as you hunt for various baskets of eggs. I found this to be pretty straightforward, and using my Odin sight and occasionally popping into my Raven, I was able to track down all 15 baskets without a problem. If you're more inclined to want to track things down in a specific order, you can check out the clues that you have in your inventory, but I really didn't think that they were necessary. You will have to go from one side of the camp to the other, and that includes the far reaches of Ravensthorpe by like the funeral site or Valka's hut, and verticality often plays a factor here, so just keep your head on a swivel. Another quest had you tracking down a vicious beast in order to complete a crown for the May Queen. I'm not going to spoil this for anyone, but it is a straightforward quest. Just be aware that you will have to travel outside of Ravensthorpe to complete this one. Finally, there's one last quest where you'll have to defend Ravensthorpe from some spirits that are trying to cross over from beyond. I actually found this quest to be the biggest pain because you'll have to go around the outskirts of camp and light 8 braziers. The quest isn't hard, just a bit annoying. Luckily, you can use Sunan to track down each of the fireplaces, and just like the egg hunt quest, prepare to go to the far reaches of your camp and even slightly beyond to get the job done. Overall, I think the festival is fine. It's not going to win players over, it's not going to have them coming back in droves, it's just something there to tide people over. What I think is the most frustrating thing about the festival is that there is no new gear that players can work to collect. During the Yule Festival, players had the chance to pick up the Modronit Ceremonial set, which is currently available for free via Ubisoft's Godly Bundle, so definitely don't miss that. But this time around, things are a bit different, and the only thing we're able to use our tokens on are a very colorful raven skin, a smattering of cosmetics in the form of settlement decorations, tattoos, and hairstyles. As someone that's not really into that sort of stuff, this is a big letdown, and I know I said I wasn't going to inject my opinion, but I think it's a big miss when you consider it's the last real opportunity to introduce new gear before Wrath of the Druids. That being said, the tokens seem to come a bit easier this time around, especially with the changes to the fighting ring, and I had no problems getting what I wanted without feeling like I was grinding for hours, and I do appreciate that. I think Ubisoft nailed the balance a bit better this time around, even if there is no new gear that will impact my actual progression moving forward. I am holding out hope that something will happen mid-festival that will introduce a set of gear, but honestly, I know better at this point. I know a lot of you are interested in the Tyrannus set which we featured here on the channel, but for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see. So there you have it, the Ostara Festival wrapped up in a nice little video. I honestly don't think we really need to break it down more than that, but if you do have questions about the event, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I do my best to answer as many comments as I can each night, and I'm happy to help anyone stuck on a quest or activity. Like I said before, we are very excited to head to Ireland and check out all of the new content coming in Wrath of the Druids, so if you want to follow along with our adventures, feel free to hit that thumbs up and of course subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot planned and we'd love your support. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.